I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. Hip-hop got me waiting 3 more hours. Taking all these years higher than a tower. Having all these nodes feel like superpowers. Investing all this bread, never been a coward. Call me Mr. Bond, money in the vault. I stay in the front, feeling like the goal. Don't worry about the haters, got the detonator. I'll kill in every market, call me Terminator. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself up back before the bull run. Some shit, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom.
Woo-woo. Good here, man.
Doing good.
One day we'll become professional YouTubers where everything will just work perfectly. But until that day,
all right, testing 1 2 1 2. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, you're good, AJ.
All right, thanks, Joe. All right, guys, we're back. I don't know what happened there. Sorry about that, everybody. So, all right, let me awesome. All right, let me start from the beginning. I apologize. Nothing has changed in the last 2 months in my settings, and of course today no audio. So, all right, cool. Again, let me start from the beginning. My name is AJ. I am the team lead here at EMP. This is EMP.Money, and we are bringing you another jam-packed AMA today with a lot of updates in regards to our Pow'r Up NFT, which we announced yesterday. We did, I'm sorry, 2 days ago. Yesterday's AMA was canceled just because we have so much going on. I was in the middle of about 4 or 5 other meetings, and we're really starting to roll out the marketing campaign as well. So I had about 3 AMAs today. I have about 5 more tomorrow, and all those videos will be coming out in the next 24 hours. So today's AMA is really just about going over some loose ends, anything that we didn't go over, and so hopefully all this works. I'm still think people are saying they're having a hard time hearing me, so I'll try to work through that. But we are gonna show our mint page as well today. But while I try to get this figured out, Bull or LA, is there anything you want to go over? Mainly, I guess the first thing is, what is the niche that this NFT is filling? Bull, I know you have a lot of experience in mining, so maybe you want to start with that, and then I'll try to get this figured out.
Yo. I think it's a niche for, or niche for those snooty people that want to make money, right? Because in the bear market, that's the crucial thing, is that we're constantly earning. But you are right, AJ, that this is targeted specifically at miners. That doesn't mean that it's only for them, but it is branded, advertised, marketed for them. But ultimately it's for that person that wants to make that passive income. It's a really good footprint for us on ETH mainnet. Something I think that AJ has always talked about, making that EMP visible on ETH mainnet. And especially, that was kind of that long-term plan after the merge, just to, kind of avoid ETH, back then. But now, like, fees have come down. But this is just kind of our beachhead, our landing ground, launch pad, whatever you want to call it. It's that first step of dipping your toe into the water on ETH mainnet. And so we're looking specifically at miners, and this whole like the structure, how the NFT works, really revolves around how mining works. Like, and if for the people that don't know, to actually be a miner back in the day on ETH, for ETH specifically, you had to put up a lot of money up front to either buy GPUs or ASICs. You had to have an electrician come over to your house if you're just a kind of a hobby miner. You had to have a building, etc. So there's all these kind of upfront costs that really make mining intimidating, making people think they can't do it. But it is true, like it's a very difficult thing to do, but it has, it's really something that built the crypto industry in general, was that proof of work. And, right now, those people can't make money. ETH can't be mined on the blockchain anymore. However, we came up with a great concept here, was that instead of that huge upfront cost of miners and electricity and infrastructure, we made a beautiful image put together, courtesy of Mike G in LA, and came up with a really classy looking, I think really clever looking NFT, that instead of buying that miner, that noisy, ASIC, having to plug it in and your wife wondering why those power bills are so high, it's just a digital piece of art, but with utility that, can plug into this ecosystem, and remove, liquidity slowly, because that's exactly what mining is you're putting an upfront cost in something to try to extract some value over time. And hopefully over that amount of time, you extract more value than what you put into it. And, that's what's built the crypto industry. However, that idea has really kind of been taken away from a lot of proof of work miners, and they're left out in the cold. So, here at EMP, continuing that innovation, we looked at the people that are being underserved, underappreciated, and came up with this NFT that, plugs into our ecosystem. And, that money is an investment in this ecosystem to slowly withdraw over time. And it's no different than the blockchain. Sure. We look at it and say, people say, well, that's not mining, but mining, keeping in mind, is just, taking out something of value, just like your dentist might do. They're just mining in your mouth. And so if you look at it from the perspective of making it upfront investment to withdraw or extract something over time, and that investment is the idea that what you're taking out is going to be worth more over time. So right, it's a long-term play. You're looking at, ETH appreciating, and they're like we've said before, there's never been a better play in ETH than what's been available here at EMP, and this NFT is just another evolution of that to reward people that can no longer participate in proof of work mining on the ETH mainnet per block, but you can here because ultimately, as you've bought that NFT, you've invested into this ecosystem, you're going to be slowly withdrawing over time per block, because that's how like the compound interest is calculated here, is per block. And so the concept is really no different other than solving a proof per se, like you would, when you're mining. But if we look at it from just a very functional standpoint, it's an investment made upfront to withdraw something over time. And, this is specifically like on ETH mainnet, and it's once a week you'll be able to withdraw. But it's going to be accruing obviously every block. And, but that withdraws, it's important to keep in mind that it's every, once a week, you're going to buy this in ETH and you're going to get paid in ETH, just like ETH staking. Instead of waiting for 90 days, 7 days, and then you're going to be able to withdraw. So
Awesome.
does that clear it up,
Yeah,
AJ?
no, absolutely. But hopefully you guys can hear me better now as well. I think I finally figured it out. No, again, and Bull, I think you're the only person that can equate mining to dentistry. I love it, man.
Oh,
That's
hey,
very
I got to give the shout out to Randy. I was talking to Randy, and he came up with that. We chuckled about it because, in a lot of regards, like people specifically look at mining as, that finding that proof for that block. But mining is really just that term of extracting something of value. And we chuckled about it because Randy said, yeah, like your dentist, drilling in your mouth. And I said, yeah, and they're charging you $179 to take that out. They just extracted, they bought that equipment. They went to dentistry school, and they're extracting, $179 a time, from you when they put that drill in your mouth. But that little analogy, that's all Randy. And we but if we look at anything like that, most things could be, you could actually use the term mining, because so many things require an upfront investment, where you're going to learn or extract value over time. And it's not just it's not just a financial concept, it's all around us. And so I think it's highly, like attributable to so many things in the world that we look at like that's life, right? Like investing right now to learn more, to grow more, to build more friends, whatever it is. Everything is about that concept of mining, with that type of definition.
Yeah, 100% Bull. So again, we wanted to make this more accessible to everybody. I think the number one complaint, and I put complaint in air quotes, is that EMP can be overwhelming to new people, and we've had a hard time onboarding more traditional crypto users, because not only are we DeFi, which is a subcategory of crypto, but now we're like the cutting edge of DeFi, and the way our system operates is very different than what people are used to. So this is just going to be an amazing onboarding tool for everybody that's not involved in EMP to now get involved in a completely hands-off approach. So just to reiterate, I'm going to go over a few of these questions that we saw over the last 24 hours. If there is a question I don't get to, please feel free to ask below, and then we'll start talking about the Detonator NFTs, which right off the bat, these are two separate NFT launches. That was another question people had. The Pow'r NFT is completely different than the Detonator NFTs, and we'll have a name for the Detonator NFTs as well, but we'll release that when we're ready. But yeah, as of right now, just code name Detonator NFT. So, all right, number one here, for the Pow'r NFTs, again, the name of the series is Pow'r Up, Ethereum Virtual Miner, and like Paul said, we're not really mining Ethereum because, I mean, from a technical standpoint, because now Ethereum is proof of stake rather than proof of work. but we're utilizing the EMP protocol to generate the Ethereum yields, which is essentially, like Bill said, mining through proof of liquidity rather than proof of stake or proof of work. So again, it's semantics. It's a marketing approach that we had when launching this. But at the end of the day, we're
I think
utilizing.
there's a big difference.
Go
I
ahead,
think
Bull,
there's a big
please. Yeah,
difference, though. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
And why I think proof of liquidity might be a better fit for people and like less risk, because as we look at our ecosystem and we know that the vast majority of the LP here is locked, right? That could be slowly withdrawn over time. So there's, a runway of sorts. And so, like how much you can withdraw, you would know the risk because you would know how much could be withdrawn every day to the LP to eventually where it might go to zero. However, there's the upside of people depositing, into those contracts. There's the potential of price appreciation. Whereas when you're proof of work mining, you don't know that blockchain is going to be worth anything in the future. You only know what it's going to be worth today. You're taking a bigger risk because you're assuming that blockchain is going to be worth more, or that token is going to be worth more in the future, where here you can actually see exactly what it's worth. And then, you can make a more advanced projection of where you might expect to see it if ETH goes to, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, 4,000, etc. Right. And then you
Totally.
can, you could work backwards and look and say, okay, look, when X number of people come in here, what happens to the rest of the ecosystem? Do we see, like, because we have two tokens, right, in here, two base tokens. When people come in, that eShare token rises. And what does that do when the eShare token value rises? It has an effect on the rest of the ecosystem, versus if you were just singly mining, you don't have that option of that second token being, in that ecosystem. Now you can multi-mine, meaning you would mine multiple tokens at the same time, but those are separate ecosystems. And to understand that, as this ecosystem grows, and more people come in, you have greater price appreciation. The problem with traditional mining, as more people enter, that competitive mining space, your profitability will go down. And you'll hear a lot of the people that are still physically, like mining with ASICs or GPUs right now, mining at a loss, mind you, a tremendous loss because of electricity. But they will tell you, that what's going to happen with them is this is going to be their most profitable time because a lot of the competition has disappeared. But as we move back towards a bull market, the more and more competition comes online, and their profitability will actually decrease, where it's the exact opposite with this ecosystem, where we can build a model of how much we're going to make per day, like per NFT. And we can make, a more advanced model projecting like what will happen, when ETH rises, what will happen when more people come into the ecosystem. It's just a bit more, like I said, it's a bit more complex than a single token ecosystem, and hoping for price appreciation on that blockchain. Here we have a bit more, there's a bit more to it, but there's less risk with a higher upside, because as more people come in, your chances of returns gets higher, not lower.
Yep, great points, Bull. Again, I mean, this is a better solution, no matter how you look at it. In terms of being a way to accumulate more Ethereum by leveraging, our protocol, and the benefits are literally everything that Bull has said over the last, 15 minutes. So, all right, so let me go through and give some line by line questions. The first one is, what do they cost? So, we were going to initially release these in USDC or Ethereum, but we made the decision to launch in Ethereum only, because this really is Ethereum in, Ethereum out, just like we did with our Ethereum staking contract. For those of you that remember that contract, this is a similar version of that. I mean, obviously the APR is not going to be as high, because when we did that, we were the ecosystem was in the end of the bull run, and ETH was still, you know, $3,000 a piece. But we still feel we can deliver on all that. So it will be the equivalent value of $1,000 in Ethereum, and it will update in real time during the mint on December 3rd. So right now it's about 0.8 Ethereum per NFT, and so it just made things a lot more clean from a logistics standpoint, because we are going to be bridging this to Binance Smart Chain to then, or BNB network, to then, you know, utilize in our ecosystem. And we didn't want to have to, you know, convert stables into ETH, incur another fee, and all that. So again, it will be in straight ETH, and the APRs are all calculated on Ethereum, not on the dollar value. So any of the APR that we allude to is based on Ethereum, not the dollar value. So, all right, the pre-sale date, time, and details. So it will start at 8 a.m. on December 3rd. And actually, before we go any farther, let me go ahead and show you guys some alpha on our mint page that we'll be able to share right after this AMA. So give me 1 second while I pull it up. Bull or LA, anything you want to fill in real fast while I get this up? All right, no worries. I got it up in time. All right, so here it is. This is our mint page, and again, this will be live directly. But the countdown timer, about 2 days and 11 hours remaining. Again, all the info is here. Killer website put together by some of our new contract developers. Shout out to them for killing it. Again, Jake is still obviously involved, but the front end work we've kind of split up, and then some frequently asked questions at the bottom, and a video as well that we posted on Twitter. That's a promo video about it. So, all right, let me go back to the top. Let me talk while I have this up. One more minute. All right, actually, you know what? I can't have both screens up at the same time. So, all right, let me, I guess LA or Bull. Actually, LA, I think you sent me it. Can you read me the questions while I have this up, just so I can have it up?
Yeah.
So time, I think I was on the second one. Time, date, and logistics. So yeah, this will be up.
Yep.
All right, awesome. So this will be December 3rd, 8 a.m. Eastern, and the mint will last for 48 hours. So unlike our first mint, where it was done in Windows and we had a maximum supply of these NFTs, these NFTs, because they're pure utility based, we didn't want to have a cap and not be able to offer this opportunity again. So we're doing it based on time this round. So in order to get involved, you can buy the NFT within those first 48 hours, and then after that, that's it. And so the only way to get them is on the secondary market for at least 3 or 4 months, maybe even longer. And then we may end up doing another raise, you know, same scenario where we only open up new minting for about 48 hours, and sell another round that way. But we're not saying that we will even do another mint, you know, especially if we're able to sell enough this first round to really maximize gains. And obviously, you know, we want to raise as much money as possible for the ecosystem, but the yielding that we're offering is independent of what we raise. So obviously, the more we raise, the better the APRs could be. But even if we raise a little bit, it's not a negative detriment to being able to provide the yield. So and we've been a little vague on the yield on purpose. We're saying between a 50 to a 100% APR, which is about a 1 to 2 year ROI time. And that is based on just current market value. And really, even that is 5 times the returns that current ASIC and GPU miners are producing because of the high overhead, the market being down, all the above. But you're getting in to essentially EMP ETH LP because that is how we're generating the yields in part at rock bottom prices. So if, let's say, when, not if, Ethereum goes back to $2,000 or $3,000, then your ROI time based on what you're earning from these NFTs could be cut in half or even cut in a third. So again, we can't predict the future, but the inherent value locked in these NFTs is massive. And Bull, I don't know if you want to just elaborate real fast. The reason that these are so powerful too is that essentially because the value is locked in the NFT, when somebody buys or sells this NFT on the secondary market, it doesn't affect buying and selling of EMP at all, and therefore, really does wonders for the peg because there's no selling volume on EMP. Do you want to elaborate on that really fast?
Yeah, sure, AJ. And it's really twofold, right? It's that the value is locked inside the card, NFT card, whatever you want to call it. And with that, just that idea being locked in the card means that you're making, kind of that long-term investment in the ecosystem versus, just putting money in and removing it. And, based on kind of those candles that you see that can freak people out, where we've always talked about like the detonator and the reactor, and now in also the generator and cultivator. These are contracts that turn paper hands into diamond hands, and these are good things because that's a huge problem in all of DeFi and all of crypto, that the people are very, very fearful because they don't know what's going on. Some shit in their real life, I don't really know. I'm not here to judge people, but people can be their worst enemies, and it's emotions that drive people to do silly things that end up causing them loss. And so when we look at the NFT, that NFT is that same kind of construct as the detonator or the reactor, and that it's an investment made into the ecosystem. Now, keep in mind, one of the big positives of that is if you want to move out of the ecosystem, you can sell that position on the secondary market to somebody else, making it obviously much more liquid than an actual ASIC miner without the risk of getting scammed on eBay. And so, with that being said, it's really got the best of all kinds of worlds. Really, the idea to invest in the ecosystem, have a stable investment of that $1,000, right? To have those returns, and for the ecosystem to have those stable, that stable investment, and to pay you those stable returns. This is very, very important, because if everybody was able to, like we've talked about with the debt, and sorry to go off on a tangent here, but it's relevant. If people were able to withdraw those lottery winnings from the detonator, we wouldn't even be having a conversation right now, because we would have had 3, 4, 5, 6 lotteries, and it would have been drained. And because people always want that instant gratification. And the thing here is that this is infinitely more gratifying than an actual miner that could mine you ETH or Bitcoin or whatever it could mine you. Because the great thing about this is it has better returns, it has less risk, there's no wife aggravation from all the noise, the electricity, and with that, like, it's doing you like so many benefits to like lock that in, get those returns, so that you can make, like kind of a spreadsheet projection of where you would anticipate this going, and like I said, you can make those models to make sure, like in the event, ETH goes to 2,000 or 3,000, like where you could be and what your ROI could be. And, if you would want to liquidate, and sell on the secondary market, where you can't do that with like any of the other things like that you could potentially proof of work mine with. And so, when I look at this, it's infinitely more, beneficial for you as an investor. It's infinitely more beneficial for us, because we know how to like look at this and say, okay, like the detonator and the reactor. We know that as more people invest in these two products, the healthier and the more robust that the ecosystem gets, the higher the APRs get, all that stuff, right? And so, removing like the annoyance of, oh, I got to show up to compound. Well, you don't have to worry about that. This is going to work the entire ecosystem for you. And just so there's no confusion about this, because I saw this with the Sentinel Squadron. Somebody was asking that they thought they had to have an investment in the reactor, and that the Sentinel Squadron just managed the reactor, their reactor investment. No, the card itself is the investment in the ecosystem, but the contract is going to do all of the work for you, where you just show up to click claim once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever you decide. And that's a huge benefit to a lot of people. And that's a big reason like why we've started offering these NFTs, is because so many people have asked like, well, I can't compound. The time is really bad for me. And so, if looking at how the NFT works, how these NFTs work, you can say, okay, cool. Like I don't have to get up to compound at 3 a.m. Like that's a really good option to have, is to go on kind of with your life, and not have to worry about kind of that day to day, whereas like it benefits the ecosystem too. And the thing to really take away from it, like if it kind of sounds like I'm saying it, oh, it's great for the ecosystem. You are the ecosystem, and the best thing that we can do is build products that make you, that give you the options of things that you want. You don't want to compound? Cool. Here's an option where you don't have to compound. You want it to be able to work the whole ecosystem, but you don't want to take the time to learn? Cool. Here it is. Oh, you're on ETH mainnet, and you don't want to come to BNB Chain? Boom, here it is. So like we're looking at ways to cater to people for the things that they're asking. And I know there's some discrepancy like about the name and all that, or some, kind of debate about like, is this mining or is this not mining? Ultimately, this is a product given to people based on the things that they've asked, to help grow this ecosystem. And ultimately, the takeaway is to understand that you are the ecosystem once you've invested here. So the more people that we get to be ecosystem owners, the better that it gets for us, because as that TVL grows, as we've seen it grow before, better things happen for the ecosystem. More people get interested, and looking at ETH mainnet is just another way to help the ecosystem grow and find those new customers and new wallets.
Yeah, 100%, Bull. So, all right, LA, can you break down the questions for me? Again, we'll go quick through these, and then we can take more at the end. But oh, did we lose LA?
You see you there. You're on mute, LA.
All right, no LA. All right, let me pull up. I'll go ahead and pull up my desktop again. Give me 1 minute, and I'll go through these. Bear with me. All right, so we covered the cost, the pre-sale date, the time, the details. Again, like Bull said, this is on Ethereum mainnet. So when you come to the mint page, make sure that you're on your Ethereum wallet with MetaMask, or however you're going to interact with it. And then, yeah, I mean, and to the point of being on ETH mainnet, there 90% of crypto users think that just buying and holding Bitcoin and Ethereum is the best play. And while I'm a big fan of hodling, for sure, as opposed to day trading or anything else, that really is not the best way to generate wealth. And so that is how I've accumulated a multi-million-dollar portfolio, is using my assets or my crypto to earn me more crypto. So again, the idea is even if you're not into DeFi, you have no idea about EMP until now. Literally, you buy this NFT, the Pow'r Up NFT, with 0.8 ETH, and over time you get much more than that 0.8 ETH back to you, and you still own the NFT, so you could sell that NFT as well. I know we also equate it to like a rental property. I mean, again, you own the asset that produces you income, and then you're able to sell the asset without any of the overhead, without any of the headache, without any of the lawyers and the closing costs, and without the risk of really being scammed either. Like Bull said, I mean, if you're able to sell a miner without getting a chargeback, it's a miracle. So again, this just is a better solution all the way around. So I mentioned this earlier as well. There is no cap on how many can be bought. So again, however many of these are purchased within that 48-hour window is as many as there will be available on the market, period, for now. Again, we do have the ability to open up another round of minting in 3 to 4 months from now. But again, if we are able to get enough of these in circulation right out of the gate, then we'll never have another mint anyway. And really, because they're purely utility based, it doesn't hurt any of you if we do end up doing another mint. It's not a major downside because the idea is that we're having a liquid secondary market anyway. Again, through the same buyback and buyback mechanisms that we utilize with the Sentinel Squadron, there will always be a solid floor price that you can sell, even if the treasury has to buy it back. So, all right, and then who is this opportunity for? Again, Bull did a great job of going over the miners that we're targeting, but really, this opportunity is for anybody that's not already in EMP. And even if you are in EMP already, and you maybe want to a little more of a hands-off approach, the Detonator NFTs may be a better option for you because you're familiar with the ecosystem. But we are opening it up to everybody. So I think that the people that we're getting the most out of these NFTs are the ones that don't want to be bothered interacting with the protocol every day. They want the convenience of having it on autopilot. But with that convenience, they earn a little bit less APR than what they would earn if they were doing it themselves in the protocol. So all of you that are here, you already know how to maximize what your positions are. But if you don't, then this is a good solution. So I don't know. Is LA back? Do we have LA back? She did a really good job
I'm
of.
back.
Oh, there
Sorry.
you go.
I'm
Yeah,
back.
no worries. So
Sorry.
yeah, Ella, you want to elaborate on that a little bit on what what this opportunity is, caters to, and then maybe who is going to be more inclined to participate in the Detonator NFT.
Yeah, I really think of, and I think, Bull kind of coined this term, but I really think of this as an easy button for those that just may not have an interest in learning about how our protocol functions, or maybe those who are really passionate about being over on ETH mainnet and really have no interest in, being over on BNB Chain or bridging over or getting involved in the rest of our ecosystem. And so for them, it's just an easy way to sit back and collect their ETH once a week and earn some great yields. And if that's you, then this is a great opportunity for you to get involved in industry leading returns without any effort to have to put in. And so that's awesome. Similarly, the Detonator NFTs are going to be kind of a similar situation, an opportunity to get involved in our ecosystem without really having to do anything, not having to compound, not having to do any of that, and getting to earn ETH. And I mean, the Detonator is going to pay out in LPs, EMP ETH LPs, and so that's the slight difference. But obviously, in regards to this, this is highly attractive to those that have been miners, as we've kind of covered for the last little while, and it's going to really help them to alleviate a lot of
LA. How many videos have you seen about miners like shutting off their rigs and like just looking totally dejected? Like 3 or 4, or I mean, how many
oh my
would you
God,
say?
so many, a lot. Yeah, I was just going to kind of touch on that, like you know, doing research for the marketing of this and who to contact and stuff. I watched a lot of YouTube channels and read a lot of comments and stuff, and just so many people left comments on YouTube channels saying like, I'm mining at a loss right now, what should I do? Or, oh, I've just shut down all my rigs. Or you know, can you please tell us like what's a good opportunity to get involved in right now? And you know, I won't say who it is, but I mean someone who we had been contacting to try and do a video for us, who wasn't necessarily interested in getting involved immediately. Literally like 2 days later had to shut down all of their rigs because of the very thing that you know this was invented for, because the electricity rates just went so high that it just wasn't worth it to keep them on anymore. And like it almost just proved the point of exactly why it had to be created, and why EMP, you know, is always innovating and solving problems, right?
Totally.
So it's just, yeah, it's kind of funny, but not funny because I mean, you feel for those people. So
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's tragic. It's messed up. Like, and truly, like that is 100% genuine, because I can't tell you, like, without mining, like I wouldn't be in crypto. I started out building computers. I'm kind of nerdy techie that way. And had it not been for mining, if it was just a matter of putting money into like an exchange back in the day, like I wouldn't be in crypto. And so I started as a miner. I empathize with everything like that these people have to go through. And like, this is not anything other than like a genuine, like, hey, we're putting out like our hand. We talked a lot about like an idea of, obviously how to get to ETH mainnet, who to, look at. And, quite honestly, like this is a perfect storm of like people that need help. This is a product that is designed to help, obviously to bring people into our ecosystem helps us out as well, but we win together, we lose together. And when I look at like just miners, like it's terrible, like the situation that they're in, because I look at it and almost think it's lose. And I'll point to one thing, I'll be brief, and then I'll shut my trap. But if people knew like how the mining industry worked, and that one company controls like 95% of it, and that company is in China and shade at the people in China, but like this company doesn't let anybody else into this industry. They strong arm their vendors. They stop people from getting in this market. When you order a device from them, you're sending them tens of thousands of dollars in most cases, waiting 3 to 6 months to get your device, knowing full well that they test it for 1 to 2 months. And you get it, and then all of a sudden, like your profitability of where it was supposed to be is no longer there, because they've taken it, like this company has literally taken it away from you, because they mined with your device for 1 to 2 months, and then by the time it's shipped to you and you get it, the difficulty and the profitability is half of what it is, because that next round of pre-sale of wave 2 is put to test. And so as more and more devices come online onto these mining, algorithms and blockchains, your profitability goes down. However, the one entity that is reaping all the benefit is the company that makes these devices, because you're paying them to build these devices so they can use them, drive up the difficulty, driving down your profitability, but driving up their profitability, because ultimately at the end of the day, they own that, that particular algorithm, because they have a full, they control it mathematically. Let's just put it that way. And you have no option to do anything other than suck it up and say, okay, well, if whatever happens, happens. But here, like, look, it's not bullshit. Like this is a mining NFT, just not in the traditional sense. And it's a better system. It's better because you actually own the liquidity here. You have and your devices, that NFT is liquid. You can turn around and sell it if you wanted to. And with a miner, you just, like an ASIC miner, you cannot do that. It can't happen. And like LA, I know, like you showed me, a bunch of like, I think they're Twitter posts where people just left behind their operations because they were mining in some retail facility. And they just left hundreds of these devices because they knew they were effed. Like they couldn't do anything. Like even if they could, pay like for the electricity, like they're so far in the hole, because ultimately the problem is that you don't own the blockchain. It's centralized and it's owned by one entity, the company that's making those devices. Here, your NFT means that you're an owner of the liquidity here. And that's a huge difference between, proof of work mining and what, we're calling here proof of liquidity. So, absolutely huge difference is that, everything that you invest here, you own and you make the decisions and the choices, not some company that is manipulating and controlling and having you pay for their R&D so they can build these devices and F you.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Bull.
I
Yeah.
sent him this photo and I said, should this be our marketing campaign? And it was on Twitter, and this company had moved into a new retail space, and the previous tenants or owners had left behind like probably 30 or 40 miners, and they they literally just defaulted on their loans and just left all the miners behind.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, they become paperweights at that point. And yeah, I mean, and like everybody said here, I mean, Bull and LA both, like there is no algorithm changes or difficulty changes. Like there's no, and we talk about this a lot in other AMAs about leakage or economic leakage, and these NFTs are, they have no leakage. They're completely streamlined in the fact of, no overhead, no algorithm changes. It literally could not be a better solution. And once, I think a lot of these mining centric individuals, and even people that don't even care about mining and just want to earn with exposure to ETH, I mean, it's a no-brainer, especially when they finally understand everything that we're saying in these AMAs and our white paper and the sales page and everything else. So. All right, I do want to get to two more, and then we'll start talking about the Detonator NFT. Um, but this is a really important one that we've been getting a lot of questions on. So, where did the yields come from? Again, show me the money, right? That's what people want to know. So, we are being a little bit vague, again, on purpose, but I will give the overview. So, this is on Ethereum mainnet. Again, it's about $1,000 per NFT in the equivalent of Ethereum. We'll have it in real-time calculator when the mint is live, so you'll know exactly what it is. But just for round numbers, it's about 0.8 Ethereum at the moment. So say you buy an NFT for that 0.8 ETH. We collect all those funds, and when I say we, I refer to we, but we are not managing the money for anybody. This is all done through third party or really decentralized, not third party, decentralized smart contracts. So Jake has been able to develop, our lead developer has been able to develop all these smart contracts that interact with our protocol to generate these yields in the most efficient way possible. So we collect the funds on Ethereum mainnet. We then bridge that Ethereum, and that's another reason why we're doing straight Ethereum, because it allows us to bridge ETH in, ETH out. So we bridge that ETH to the BNB network. We then utilize the ETH by pairing up with the EMP that the treasury already owns, or also going into nodes, going into Detonator, going into the reactor. It's going to be, basically utilizing every part of our ecosystem in some way to generate these yields. They're then again generated, whether it's EMP, ETH, LP. Half of that is Ethereum. We keep the Ethereum side, or any of the E share we earn from just going into straight EMP, ETH, LP in the farms. And then all of that ETH is then brought back over to Ethereum mainnet to pay out all the NFT holders. So that's a high level overview of where the yield comes from. And again, we're purposely being vague on APR just because it's impossible for us to predict the future. But even at today's prices, which are extremely depressed, we still are seeing we're going to be able to deliver on a 50 to a 100% APR, which means a 1 to 2 year ROI time. And when ETH goes back to $2,000-3,000, that could cut your ROI time in half or even a third as well. So we're really confident in all of this. We had a similar, again, Bull mentioned it earlier, with our Ethereum staking contract, which, as far as how the yields were generated, was very similar to what we're going to be doing here. And we were able to deliver on that, at even a higher APR at the time, and met every obligation that we have ever put out into the crypto space. So again, we're really confident that this will be a long-term, profitable endeavor for everybody involved. Again, that's not financial advice, and we can't speculate on, what the returns will be, but we are very confident. So, and then one last thing, we are allowing you to claim weekly your reward. So, you will see the rewards accumulate in real time, or at least 24-hour rollovers, but you're not able to claim those rewards except for once a week. And the reason that we do that is just because, we're trying to save on gas fees. If we would bridge every day and incur a fee bridging and then incur a fee on the gas fees when people claim, then there could be a situation where, the rewards are not enough to justify all those fees. So you're more than welcome to claim weekly, but I mean, the rewards will build up every week. And I mean, even if you claimed once a year, you would be way ahead of the game as far as fees go. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense as well. So Bull or LA, anything you want to elaborate on? I missed out, or any other questions we've seen before we move on?
I just see people asking if the link is going to be shared for the Mint page, or are we holding off on that?
Yeah, no, I believe we're releasing it right after the AMA.
Okay.
I'm gonna be doing a post.
Okay.
LA, it's good to go, right? I
Perfect.
mean, we're pretty much there.
Yep, good. Yep.
All right, awesome. I mean, again, the minting function will not be live, obviously. That goes live, and all the Web3 integration will be live on December 3rd. But yeah, all the info is there, and you can bookmark the actual mint page so you don't get scammed when we're ready on December 3rd at 8 a.m. Eastern. So, all right, well, that wraps it up for the Power Up overview. But now I want to talk about the Detonator NFTs. And again, these are going to be just as powerful, if not more powerful, for those of you that are already familiar with the EMP ecosystem. So these NFTs will be a series of specialized artwork. They're not generative like the Sentinel Squadron NFTs, but they are going to be extremely collectible and a lot more community oriented. So in LA, a little elf told me that we may be starting to release teaser images as early as tomorrow. I don't know. You want to elaborate on
Yeah,
that? Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. I think you just said it. I mean,
All right.
yep.
Yeah. All right. You can confirm that then, right? Yeah. Yeah. LA can
I mean,
confirm.
if Elf told
Yeah.
you, I guess
Yeah.
it has to be right.
It has to be true, right? If I heard it from an elf. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are again rolling out some awesome content over the next few days in regards to these NFTs. So keep an eye out for those. We want the whole community to be really excited about uh, all the unique artwork that we're providing on the Detonator NFTs. And again, just like the Sentinel Squadron NFTs. These are essentially an auto compounder in Detonator. Now, there was some confusion. Again, just want to clarify, this does not apply to your current holdings in Detonator. We're working on a solution that is a more of a subscription-based model that you would buy, um, and then it would apply an auto compounder to the positions in Detonator you already have. So I want to make sure everybody is totally clear on that. Just like with Sentinel Squadron, it doesn't apply to your current reactor holdings. But buying this will then allow you to have a position in Detonator that is auto compounded, and we're tweaking it a little bit then from the economics of the Sentinel Squadron NFT and Reactor to be even more powerful. So LA, we're probably going to release that white paper in the next few days, or where are we at on releasing the Detonator NFT white paper?
I can't say a specific date, but we're very, very close.
For sure. So we really want to be. We have to do this one thing at a time, and we don't want to confuse people further. So to Ellie's point, the Power Up NFT is our number one priority, but there will be a specific white paper on the Detonator NFT, as well as again the whole process all over again. We'll have a week leading up to the mint where we're able to promote both to new and old influencers that we have relationships with, and so we're hoping to have the mint somewhere in mid-December. We're looking between the 13th and the 15th, maybe somewhere in there. So all those details will be released over the next few days, so you have plenty of time to plan on that, and not too late to still be some hype before the holidays. So yeah, we're super excited, and really again, the Power Up NFT and the Detonator NFT produce similar results. But really, if you're already in our ecosystem, these Detonator NFTs could be extremely powerful because you're getting EMP ETH LP, not just Ethereum, and then that EMP ETH LP can be used to either go back into Detonator or be put on the farms and yield you even more. So um, again, we have a two-pronged approach. The Power Up NFT is for a lot more of a broader audience. The Detonator NFT is more for those of you that are here, a little more active, that know our community, and you can actually yield a little bit more probably from the Detonator NFTs because the Power Up NFT is more about convenience and getting straight Ethereum every single week. So and really it depends on your investment strategy. I mean, maybe you are an ETH maxi and you just want to stay on Ethereum mainnet, then Power Up is for you. But if you're already on our ecosystem, the Detonator NFT might be a better approach. So, and again, none of that is financial advice. Just trying to give some insight, as I know a lot of you are bullish on both. And hey, if you have enough dry powder, go ahead and grab one of each, or a few of each, as we go into the new year. And really now, again, we say it every day almost, is that now is the time to accumulate. So both the Detonator NFT and the Pow'r NFT are getting basically LP positions with ETH and EMP being at all-time lows for sure. So again, not financial advice, but all right. So yeah, Bull or LA, anything else about the Detonator NFTs? Go ahead, Bull. Or I think yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, I was
Oh,
just
uh,
hopping on in advance to ask you an optimist question that was here.
yeah, no,
But
for sure. So yeah, well, anybody else have questions on Detonator? Just put it in the chat. But yeah, I'm ready for broader questions as well. So go ahead, Bull. What was it about Optimus?
yeah, yo. Okay. Because I saw a little bit of chatter in the team chat about this. So
Yes, sir.
this one's from Hector. This one is from Hector on Telegram, and he says, "Yo, guys, any word about the Optimus EMP partnership?" And so I said, you know what? I'll ask.
Yeah, man, no doubt. So I know Bull in LA, all the team members have been seeing some back and forth. I had an amazing meeting again today with the Optimus team, DeFi dude, Rusty, and Tuna, and our lead developer Jake. We had an awesome brainstorming session, and I think we're really close. I mean, we've been doing our own due diligence because, again, and I have no problem saying this, it's no FUD towards Optimus at all, but I still am really not sold on the trading bot structure. And that being said, though, everything that I'm seeing from the team and everything they're doing is really bullish. So, I think that they are focused on sustainability. They have a vote going on right now that will reduce their rebase APR or emissions rather from 1% a day to 0.5% a day. And that is, to me, that is an amazing sign. It shows that they understand that 1%, is very, very hard to be sustainable. Lowering that to 0.5% is, much more realistic in the long term, and is something that is a much more achievable. And so, with any good partnership, we would never want to get in a situation where, you know, we could hurt each other. So I don't want to allow them to be able to hurt EMP, and obviously we don't want to hurt Optimus as well. So we have a really unique idea that we're working on at the moment um, that I think is incredible to really help the deflationary aspect of both of our systems because rebase is a form of inflation. So Optimus will run into the same issues that EMP has with inflation if it's not controlled. So the idea is that we want to be able to have burn mechanisms in place or a way to, uh, you know, uh, de, deflate the token rather than inflate the token. And so I think that we're almost at a point where we'll have a game plan. So look out for that announcement later this year, early next year at the latest. But yeah, shout out to Optimus. Great community, great team, and I think it's very promising on what we're able to hopefully put together. All right, did that answer, Bull? Is that enough alpha for
Yeah.
you? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, we are entertained. That was good alpha. One last question, and this is from our friend Mr. Machek. Will both of the NFT money be using the funds to buy ETH or E share over the counter?
Yeah, so that's a great question, Mr. Maciek. We own a lot of EMP in the treasury that is basically sitting there doing nothing at the moment. And just like we did with the Ethereum staking contract, we use the Ethereum that we were getting through staking, and then we're pairing that up with the EMP that we already own in the treasury, and now we're able to produce yield basically at half price because we already own the EMP. So we will be using a similar strategy with this. I don't, as of right now, we don't have plans on doing any sort of OTC or over-the-counter offerings. It will depend on how much Ethereum we're able to raise. in both of these NFTs. But yeah, I mean the long story short is, we're able to utilize that Ethereum uh, straight ETH in, ETH out to produce the yields in our ecosystem. So does that answer, Bull? I don't know if you want to elaborate on that.
Yeah, I think that answers it.
Okay.
So AJ, what are some of the main benefits of the Detonator NFTs?
Yeah, totally. So I love it, LA. So there are a bunch of benefits of the Detonator NFT. I mean, obviously the number one is convenience. Um, we hear a lot of people that are still frustrated, having a compound every day. And we get it. So this was a solution to that. Again, it doesn't apply to your current detonator holdings, um, but you're more than welcome to try to scale into these NFTs over time to make it a little bit more convenient for you. But that being said, it also benefits Detonator itself. I mean, we saw at least a 10% increase in daily burst with the reactor rollout when we did the Sentinel Squadron NFTs. So we're confident that it will positively impact the pool balance and the daily burst in Detonator. Again, a lot of that will depend on how much we're able to raise, but even at a bare minimum, it will be a net positive effect in the Detonator contract. And so, yeah, and not only that, it's about utilizing the 5-2 compounding strategy to help the Detonator balance be even more sustainable. And we're already seeing even now, like the Detonator pool balance has really started to plateau. Obviously, the pool balance has gone down, but it's going down at a much slower rate now. And even PEG has found somewhat of a floor. We haven't seen PEG going down either. So, again, not financial advice, but we may be seeing, we're definitely a lot closer to a floor than anything. And now is an amazing time to, accumulate or add to your position before we have another run up for sure. So does that help, LA? Anything you want to add to
Yeah,
that? Yeah, go ahead.
I want to ask, like, what kind of effect does it have when, like, the largest good acting whale in the detonator has such a healthy compounding strategy to kind of outweigh anyone who doesn't have such a healthy compounding strategy?
Totally. So, yeah, and again, I mean, this is the power of what we're putting forth with a healthy compounding strategy of a bare minimum of 5-2, 6-1, compounding 6 days, and only claiming 1 day is even more powerful as far as keeping up with the pool share. But yeah, to answer your question, LA, and again, I know all these questions are serving it up to me theoretically because I know you know the answers to all these anyway. But to explain to everybody else, yeah, I mean, by being the biggest good acting whale and by compounding more than we're claiming, now not only does that quote unquote pool, that this Detonator NFT pool, it becomes the largest good actor. It also helps solidify the floor of the Detonator pool balance because, again, through the power of compound interest, we're always getting more interest on our principal by compounding more than we claim. Because the worst thing you can do is claim more than you compound, because now you're losing out on that pool share. Your overall ownership of the pool is going down, and as people are either adding new funds or compounding more than you, uh, you get further and further diluted. And that's another beautiful part of how this contract is designed, is that it's really made to transfer, wealth from the impatient to the patient. And so, with that, again, everybody that's complaining that their daily burst is going down, is going to see a major uptick as long as they've continued to compound and own a larger percentage of the pool balance. And so, yeah, and again, this Detonator NFT helps, bolster all of that. So Is that good, LA? I don't know if I missed a point that
Yeah.
you wanted to make, but yeah, go ahead.
No, absolutely. I mean, I've seen people in the chats concerned for weeks now, just saying like, oh, there's certain people in the protocol who aren't taking care and they're claiming more often than they should. Well, this is an opportunity for all of us in as individuals to have another asset that is producing great yields without having the need to compound or claim at a certain time of the day, which is nice. But it's also an opportunity as a collective to help outweigh the balance of any of those individuals who aren't aren't in it for everyone, who are mostly in it for themselves and aren't taking as good of care of the protocol as we'd like them to be. And so I see it as a win-win, and that's why I'm really excited about it. Um, and I think that all of us have seen, you know, Detonator is one of the most kind of talked about topics in the chats, and everyone wants to see Detonator pool balance go up and daily burst go up. And so I can't wait to see, you know, the sale of these NFTs and the positive impact that it has on all of that.
Yeah, no, totally. And again, I
And
mean,
then just
yeah,
the fun that comes along with it when all of you see them. So
yeah, exactly. I was just about to say, yeah, on top of that, because, yeah, again, all the NFTs we roll out are purely utility based, but we still have a collectability value as well, and it will be a situation where you want to collect them all. So again, I don't
So
want to give away too much. Yeah.
are you saying these detonator NFTs have cutility?
I love it. Yes, they do have
yeah,
cutility. Yes, they are very cute. That is for sure.
they would have a 10 out of 10 cute rating.
Yes, I love it. So yeah, I can't wait to share all this with all of you. And again, we had a much more hands-on involvement in the art direction with these NFTs as well. So and I did see a question from Connie. Shout out to Connie, another amazing part of our community. She said, "Have we determined the mint size of the Detonator NFT?" So yeah, I mean, we still we're again, it always is a last minute thing, before the white paper is out, and then it's set in stone. But more than likely, it will be less than the 5,000 hard cap that we did on the Sentinels Fraudulent NFTs. And again, that's just because, we want these to be super collectible and really for the diehard, community members that want to collect all of them. So we'll have all that in the white paper in the next few days, but most likely, they'll still be around the same price, that $300 range, but there will be less minted. So yeah. All right, go ahead, LA. Or do you have any other questions? I don't know if I see any more.
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. I think you kind of nailed it.
All right, awesome. So yeah, no problem, Connie. She said, "Awesome, very excited." So yeah, we are we are all excited for sure. And once you guys start seeing the teaser images that Elf may or may not be releasing tomorrow, I think everybody get really hyped. So all right, well again, if I see any more questions, I can still answer a few. But in the meantime, LA, do you have
Oh, I
some
think you need to
winners?
no, no.
All right, I gotta
I
fill in
forgot.
some time. All right, no problem. So yeah, I'll let LA pull the random winners. Again, we'll pick two NFTs because we did skip the drawing yesterday. Again, for the next few days, we are pulling one Sentinel Squadron NFT per day for anybody that is in the eShare single staking pool. And so as long as you have at least something in that eShare staking pool, you are eligible for getting one of these NFTs. So, and we look at all the on-chain data. We take all the addresses that are in that staking pool. We put them in a spreadsheet, and that's what LA is doing right now, selecting the number associated with that spreadsheet cell, and that is the winner of the contest. So And we're going to move back towards our eShare BNB LP giveaway by our another amazing community member, Gene, that is rewarding all of you for taking our academy. And so we'll move back to that real of the fortunate that we will do live on stream when this first promo is over with. So, all right, LA, are you ready yet, or a little more time?
Oh no, you got to give me a few minutes.
Oh, all right. I thought I was rushing you along. So, all right. In the meantime, then, Bull. What else? Any other last minute loose ends we want to discuss? I think obviously, please everybody like, comment, and subscribe to all of our socials. And as you start seeing these videos roll out, make sure that you're supportive, that you're answering questions for people that may not be familiar with the EMP and our ecosystem. And maybe you have someone that you know, or another influencer or group, or someone that really isn't into DeFi and doesn't want to have this complicated, you know, set of things they have to learn and do. But they're on Ethereum mainnet. Maybe they have 1 or 2 ETH, just sitting in their wallet, doing nothing. This might be a really good opportunity with the Power Up NFTs to put that ETH to use. So yeah, Bull, I don't know if you want to mention anything else while we give LA a little more time.
I can just tell you the NFT is way easier than actually having to mine. So anybody that can learn mining can learn DeFi, and anybody that that knows DeFi don't want to learn mining. I can just tell you that much.
Yes.
Because you've heard me speak on this a million times. DeFi is just much more rewarding for so many reasons. And I think crypto is the future, but I think DeFi is really the edge of the future. And if you can make it in DeFi, really you can do anything, and you can export this knowledge to wherever you want. And I'm supremely confident that there's so many people here that, come the next bull market, come next year, however long this bear market, I think we're going to see a lot of projects that really get birthed out of EMP because the knowledge has been so like shared here. And I think given what's here, that so many people probably wouldn't have found that same type of experience in other protocols. And I I have high hopes for people here to be very successful, like not just in crypto, but DeFi, because DeFi is the most rewarding space because it's the most diverse, both in terms of age, and pocketbook size and ideas. And ideas are really the thing that are most valuable because most of crypto is fulfilled with just copy and pasters. And so DeFi especially is an absolute need of an injection of creative people.
Yeah, no doubt, Bull. Absolutely, brother. And we do have one more comment from Mr. Journey, or I'm sorry, my Journey. He said, or she said, sorry if it was already asked, but what is the Detonator NFT you're going to pay out in? So yeah, great question. And this is another way, again, depending on your investment strategy. Um, the Power Up NFT will pay in straight Ethereum, and the Detonator NFT will pay in EMP ETH LP. So again, if you're familiar with our protocol, you may want to go into the Detonator NFT, because then that EMP ETH LP that you earn on a daily basis, that could go right into the farm, or right into Detonator all over again, to build your position. So it really, again, yeah, feeding the farm, brother, exactly, or sister. So yeah, that would be an amazing strategy, is to utilize the yield from the EMP ETH LP that you're getting through that NFT, and then feeding it right into the farm, deepening our liquidity even farther, and providing you with a way to earn even more on your asset. So and really, our first partnership with the Sentinel Squadron NFT, that was with MDB. We love MDB. Again, amazing protocol, long-term relationship, both now and to the future with them. But the rewards were split, so half is going to eShare and half is going to MDB. With the Detonator NFT, we're keeping it in-house this time. Again, no partnership on that NFT. And again, that has nothing to do with our feelings towards MDB. It's just under the timing and really rolling this out. We kept it all in-house. And now all of it will be rewarded in EMP ETH LP as well, because we would never want to get in a situation where we're selling EMP, to pay yield. And so that was another reason we didn't want to have a partner on the detonator version of this, because we would never ever sell EMP to pay the yield. So and that again, the MDB partnership worked very well on Reactor because it's it's BNB and eShare. So again, both of those assets can be sold without hurting the protocol at all. So yeah, hopefully that all makes sense. But all right,
We've
LA, did I give you enough
got some
time?
winners.
All
Yeah.
right,
Sorry,
awesome.
guys. It takes me a couple minutes because after the winners get drawn, I just do a quick check because anyone who's been selling their EMP to buy the eShare to go into the farm
For sure. All right,
can't
excluded.
can't win.
Yep, totally.
Yeah. So I have to do a quick check. It takes me a couple minutes. Okay. So tonight's winners are AB337 and 52BDC. So again, AB337 is the first winner, and 52BDC is the second winner. Congratulations, guys.
All right, congrats to everybody. Another very informative AMA. Thank you, LA and Bull, for being my co-hosts with the most. And yeah, we have another meeting again. It never ends. 9:30 Eastern meeting that we got to jump off to now. So if we did not get to your question, please let us know. We'll get to it tomorrow. I have a jam-packed day tomorrow. Again, 5 AMAs tomorrow that we will be using to promote the Power Up NFTs. So I'm going to do everything I can to have the AMA tomorrow. It may be a little bit later. Again, we've been doing the AMAs around 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern instead of, more around 7 p.m. Eastern. But we will be, again, leading up to the mint, having a lot more coverage. And even today, I think we decided we may have a live Twitter space on our own page during the mint. Right, LA? Is that something we're looking to
Yeah.
do? Yeah.
Yeah, I think on Saturday we're going to do that. We realize we've never done our own Twitter space on our own page before, so I think we're going to do that. Yeah.
Yep, totally. And so,
So
make sure you guys are
we'll
driving all the traffic to that, right, LA? Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, we'll organize that and I'll make a little flyer and we'll post about it and we'll get everyone to retweet it. And then we're also going to do it for the Detonator NFTs too, and we'll do something Christmas related for that one
All
since
right.
it'll be closer to Christmas.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Again, it's the holiday season is here, so we gotta have some fun with it for sure. So, and once you guys see what we're rolling out, it'll all be I think everybody's gonna love it. So, all right, awesome. Well, thanks again, everybody. We appreciate all of you, and on behalf of the team and everybody else, we're doing everything we can to finish the year really strong. I know a lot of you are trying to have some dry powder to go into these NFTs. So do what you can to make it happen. Again, not financial advice. Never ever invest more than you can afford to lose. Crypto is very risky, but we're doing everything we can, to develop something extremely sustainable. And I think, over the next few months, especially into next year, I think we're going to see a lot of fruits from our labor finally coming together. So, all right, awesome, everybody. Thanks again. We'll see you. I don't even know my own saying anymore. Good night, good day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.